All right, welcome back as we are at halftime. 31-7 Seahawks in front of Washington at the break. Let's run down some of these first half stats. They're pretty one-sided, as is the score. 31-7, our halftime score. Seattle leads Washington. Yardage, 330 yards in the first half for Seattle. Washington at 140. 15 first downs for Seattle compared to 9 for Washington. Seattle a perfect 5 for 5 on third downs. Washington 2 for 6. Penalties 5 for 50 yards in the first half called against Washington. 4 for 29 called in the first half against Seattle. Time of possession pretty even, only separated by less than 30 seconds. Big story, Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold 16 for 16 in the first half. 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, a perfect quarterback rating in that first half. 7 catches in the first half for Jackson Smith and Jigba for 119 yards. 3 catches for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns receptions for Torrey Horton. 2 catches for 19 yards for Kenneth Walker. 2 catches for 16 yards for A.J. Barner. 1 catch for 60 yards and a touchdown for Cody White, and 1 catch for 26 yards for a touchdown for Elijah Arroyo. Only 48 yards rushing, though, for Seattle in that first half. Kenneth Walker, the third, carried it 6 times for 26 yards. Zach Charbonnet, 4 carries for 11 yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 1 carry for 11 yards. On the other side, Jaden Daniels, 7 for 11, passing the football for 64 yards. They have 1 interception. He has ran 7 times for 37 yards and a touchdown. Chris Rodriguez Jr., Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, 5 carries for 15 yards. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 4 carries for 24 yards. And Jeremy McNichols had 1 carry for Washington. Receiving the football, Zach Ertz, 3 receptions for 21 yards for Washington. Deebo Samuel, 2 catches for 18 yards. A catch each for Jalen Rolane for 15 yards, and John Bates, 1 catch for 10 yards. And all that leads up to a Seahawks lead of 31-7 at the half over Washington, and Seattle will get the football here to start the second half. And here's the kickoff. Taken at the 2. Muffed there, but picked back up and down at the 18-yard line. So a muffed kick there allows the kick return to only get to the 18. So back comes Sam Darnold and the Seattle offense here to open the second half. First down at the 18-yard line. Darnold with a handoff. This is Walker, and Walker is up to the 20-yard line, gain of a couple. And it'll bring up second down for Seattle. Second and 9 at the 20. Darnold looking, throws, pass caught, and that's going to be a gain of 8 yards. Be third down and 1. Third and a yard for Seattle. Football sitting at the 28. Darnold throws, passes, incomplete. And that will be the first incompletion for Darnold in this game. It was intended for Jackson Smith and Jigba. And for the first time tonight, Seattle will have to punt the football. Oh, it hit the defender right in the back. Dixon's punt is a good one. Taken at the 18-yard line by Lane across the 20 and dropped at the 22-yard line. Great special teams coverage for Seattle to limit the return to 4 yards. And now Washington will get their first possession of the second half after forcing the first Seattle punt of the night to open the second half. First down at the 21. Here's a handoff on first down. This is a gain of about 6 on first down. That's Krosky Merritt up to the 27-yard line, bringing up second down and 4. Second down, there's a pass downfield. It is caught by Zach Ertz. And Ertz runs out of bounds into Seattle territory. That'll go for 24. Daniels to Ertz. Daniels up to 89 yards passing, 8 for 12. First down at the Seattle 49. Daniels hands it off to Krosky Merritt, and Krosky Merritt will get 3 up to the 46-yard line, bringing up second down and 7. On second and 7, Daniels is going to be sacked back at the 48-yard line. Seattle brought a little bit of pressure, and they're able to get to Jayden Daniels. This is Leonard Williams, veteran defensive end out of USC, and on the sack. Third down and 13 for Daniels and Washington. Back in their own territory at their own 48. Daniels being pressured again and has to get rid of it. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Deebo Samuel, but Seattle brought pressure again. And Washington's going to have to punt it. So both teams open with a punt on their opening drives of the second half. So here's Way on to punt. Way gets the punt off. And fair catch made at the 12-yard line by Horton. And that's where the Seahawks will start their next drive from. Third time tonight they've started a drive inside their own 20. First 2 times have resulted in scores. 31-7, 10:50 to go, quarter number 3. Seahawks looking to stay tied for first in the NFC West with the Rams Rams are also 6-2. Seahawks looking to get to 6-2. Rams an easy win earlier today over the Saints, 34-10. Seahawks next week will return home and host Arizona. Rams have a big game in Santa Clara against the 49ers next Sunday. Seahawks and Rams will meet 2 weeks from tonight in Los Angeles. So we have 10:50 to go in quarter number 3, and the Seahawks will come out for their second drive of the third quarter. Darnold coming off his first incompletion of the night after hitting on his first 17 passes. (17 of 18 for 290 yards for Sam Darnold in this game. Seahawks overall, 339 yards of total offense. And they start this drive inside their own 15 at the 12, first down and 10. Darnold under center. Darnold takes the snap. Darnold rolling. Darnold throwing. Downfield. Incomplete. Intended for Jackson Smith and Jigba. Just out of his reach. And now a late flag comes in. A very late flag after the play was over. It's going to be interference against Washington. But wow, did that flag come in late. Jonathan Jones, 10th-year cornerback out of Auburn, guilty of the pass interference. Sixth penalty of the game for Washington, but this one puts the ball up to the 40-yard line. That was a 27-yard penalty. Hand off to Walker on first down, and Walker is stopped for no gain right at the 40. Second down and 10. Second down and 10, and now we have got a timeout. Play clock was down to 1, so Seattle has to take a timeout with 10 minutes exactly to play in the third quarter. So the Seahawks use their first timeout of the second half. So following the timeout, second down and 10. Darnold. Darnold takes the snap. Darnold throws right side. Pass caught by Horton. Horton is hit at the 46-yard line. That will set up third down and 4 after the 5-yard pickup. Third down and 4, football at the 46. Darnold. Darnold looking. Darnold throws. Passes. Is that picked off? It is picked off. Interception for Washington. Mike Sainristil on the interception for Washington. So Washington with a takeaway with 9:10 to play in the third quarter. First turnover of the night for Seattle. Washington first down at their own 47. Deebo Samuel in motion, and Deebo Samuel will get the carry. Samuel, and he'll be run out of bounds at the 49, gain of only a couple. Washington was hoping that play would be a little bit more effective than it was. Second down and 8 from the 49. Clock running, 8:45 to go in the third quarter. Daniels will take it himself on his feet and get up to the 45-yard line, setting up third down and 2. Daniels on third down, and this will be a first down for Washington. Rodriguez gets the carry on third and a couple, picks up 4 and a first down. And here's a first down carry that's going to be a minimal gain. Maybe a yard on first down. Second down and 9 coming up. From the 40. And Daniels looking like he wants a timeout. And he'll get it. So both teams have used a timeout here in the third quarter. Both teams left with 2. Second down and 9. And we have a whistle before the play. It's false start. So the false start makes it 2nd and 14. Daniels is going to be sacked back at the 47. Third down and long coming up. Third down and 15 back at the 47. Daniels in trouble, flag down. Daniels throws incomplete. We'll check the flag. Here's Carl Sheffers with the call. It's a chop block on Washington. That's probably going to be declined, and it is. So Washington will have to punt it again. Washington will have to punt it for the second time here in the third quarter. Washington's going to go for this on 4th and 15. I mean, you're down 24 points. Less than 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Daniels gets out of a sack, and Daniels will have to run it himself. Can he get 15? He cannot. He's tripped up from behind at the 39, and it's a turnover on downs, and Seattle will take over. For following the turnover on downs. .539 to go in the third. Still 31-7. So Washington does nothing off the interception. So Seattle takes over. From the 40, first down and 10. And here's a handoff, Charbonnet on the carry, and he'll pick up 6 up to the 46-yard line. Second down and 4 coming up for Seattle, as we're down to 5.5 and counting to play in the third. Second down and 4. Darnold looking. Darnold is going to be... and gets rid of it at the last minute to Charbonnet. There is a flag. Darnold, right before he took a sack, threw a shovel pass forward to Charbonnet. But we'll check the flag. Holding Washington. Seattle will decline that. It's first down. What a play by Darnold. As he was going to the ground, just before his knee hit, he shoveled it off to Charbonnet. Incredible play. Darnold now over 300 yards passing tonight. Seattle at the Washington 33, first down. Handoff to Charbonnet, and Charbonnet will be stopped after a gain of 1. Second down and 9. Second down for the Seahawks. Second and 9 at 32. Darnold throws, pass caught inside the 30 to the 28 and out of bounds. Third down and 5 coming up. Elijah Arroyo with his second catch of the night. Third down and 5 for Seattle. Ball at the Washington 28. Darnold on third and 5 throws first down inside the 20 to guess who? Jackson Smith-Njigba. Seattle in the red zone once again. Eighth catch for Jackson Smith-Njigba, 129 yards. And here's a carry inside the 10. And another flag. Face mask Washington. Yep. First and goal for Seattle. Javon Kinlaw guilty of the face mask. So move it half the distance. It'll be first and goal Seattle from the 3. And another flag comes in. It's actually a timeout, Washington. So no flag. Washington's down to one timeout. As Seattle looking to score again, that would probably be the knockout punch if they haven't delivered it already. With 2:35 to go in the third quarter. First down and goal from the 3 following the Washington timeout. Darnold takes the snap. Darnold throws and complete. Good defensive play that time. Intended for Barner. Frankie Louvu knocked that ball away from Barner. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 3. And here's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be up to the 1-yard line. Goes Walker. It'll be third and goal. Third down and goal. And it's a quarterback keeper and into the end zone for the touchdown. Barner takes it in from a yard out. And with 1:53 to go, the Seahawks are in the end zone for the 5th time tonight. Myers on to add the extra point. And good. 1:53 to go in the third. Now a 38-7 lead for the Seahawks. That drive for Seattle, 9 plays, 60 yards, 3 minutes, 48 seconds. 1-yard touchdown run for Barner. It is all Seahawks tonight. So the Seahawks in absolute total command tonight. They lead at 38-7 with 1:53 to go in the third. Seattle is now over the 400-yard mark of total offense. We've still got a quarter to go. Here's the kickoff and into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes Washington with 1:53 to go in the third quarter. Back on offense. First down and 10. At the 35-yard line. Daniels takes the snap. Daniels throws over the middle. Pass complete. This is a first down, a big gainer to Deebo Samuel out of bounds at the 46 of Seattle. Good for 19 and a first down. Screen pass on first down to Samuel, and he's going to lose a yard this time on the screen pass to the right side. Flag comes in. And they pick up the flag. Second and 11. Daniels throw, pass complete up to the 40-yard line. Reception for Jalen Lane, rookie out of Virginia Tech. Gain of 7, bring up third down and 4. Under 30 seconds to go in the third. Third down and 4, Washington. From the 40 of Seattle. Daniels takes the snap. Daniels is going to be sacked back at the 50-yard line. And that play will bring the third quarter to a close. All Seahawks tonight after 3, 38-7 Seattle. 15 minutes to go in this one. Let's take a look at the stats through 3 quarters. .401 yards for Seattle, 201 for Washington, so a 2-to-1 yardage advantage. First downs, 21 for the Seahawks, 12 for Washington. Seattle 7 for 9 on third downs. Washington 3 for 10. Time of possession pretty even. 8 penalties tonight called against Washington for 87 yards. 4 against Seattle for 29 yards. Sam Darnold 21 of 24 tonight for 330 yards. 4 touchdowns and does have 1 interception. Leading receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 catches, 129 yards. 4 catches for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns for Torrey Horton. 3 catches for 24 yards, A.J. Barner. 2 catches for 29 yards and a touchdown for Elijah Arroyo. Kenneth Walker, 2 catches, 19 yards, a catch apiece. 1 for 60 yards and a touchdown for Cody White, and 1 catch for 21 yards for Zach Charbonnet. Give you the Washington numbers after this punt. Way gets the punt away. And fair caught at the 13-yard line, and that's where the Seahawks will start this next drive. Washington's Jaden Daniels, 11 of 17 for 114 yards. 1 interception. Zach Ertz, leading receiver for Washington, 4 catches for 46 yards. Deebo Samuel also 4 catches for 36 yards. 2 catches, 22 yards for Jalen Lane, and 1 catch for 10 yards for John Bates. Running the football, Jaden Daniels, 10 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Lone touchdown of the night for Washington. 7 carries, 24 yards for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 5 carries for 27 yards for Washington. Kenneth Walker leading the rushing attack for Seattle, 10 carries for 40 yards. Zach Charbonnet, 6 carries for 19 yards. A.J. Barner, 1 rush for 1 yard, and he's got a rushing touchdown. As it is all Seahawks tonight. And they will take over at the 13. Probably going to start keeping it on the ground and work a little bit on the clock, I would think. Again, going to be on the live stream tomorrow night for opening night of college basketball. Defending national champions Florida will be facing off against Arizona. That'll be tomorrow. I will have on the live stream. Believe that is a 7 o'clock Eastern time tip-off. So I'll be on just prior to tip-off. That is the 7 o'clock tip-off tomorrow night out there in Vegas. 5 o'clock out there in Vegas time. So here we go. First down, Seattle. From the 13, and this is a carry on first down across the 15 up to the 18-yard line. Gain of 5 on first down. Second down 5 from the 18. Darnold, here's the handoff to Charbonnet. Charbonnet gets up to the 20. And that'll bring up third down and 3. Jackson Smith-Njigba looks like his night might be over. What a night he's had. 8 catches for 129 yards. Third down and 3, football at the 20. And here's Walker on the third down carry. And he will be short of the first down by about 1.5 yards. And on fourth down, I would assume Seattle's going to punt this football. Washington should get pretty good field position. Gets the punt away. And it's taken at the 35 and fair caught at the 30. That's where Washington will start with 12.5 to go. 38-7 Seahawks. And during this timeout, let's once again run down the NFL scoreboard for today. Early games, Patriots go to 7-2. They defeated the Falcons 24-23. Falcons dropped to 3-5. Chargers a 27-20 win in Nashville over the Titans. Chargers improved to 6-3. Titans fall to 1-8. Bears, a late touchdown with less than 30 seconds left, beat the Bengals in a shootout, 47-42, sending the Bears to 5-3. Bengals fall to 3-6. Colts lose for just the second time this year. They fall to the Steelers, 27-20. Colts now 7-2. Steelers improve to 5-3. 49ers win at MetLife over the Giants, 34-24. 49ers 6-3. Giants fall to 2-7. Broncos, a field goal at the end, beat the Texans 18-15. Broncos now 7-2, leading the AFC West. Texans fall to 3-5. Vikings win in Detroit 27-24 to improve to 500. 4-4. That drops the Lions to 5-3. And the Panthers on a field goal on the last play of the game win at Lambeau over the Packers 16-13. Panthers were a double-digit underdog in that game. They improved to 5-4 while handing Green Bay just their second loss as they fall to 5-2-1. So Jaden Daniels back to work here for Washington with 12.5 left. First down at their own 35. Handoff on first down. Krosky Merritt will pick up 3 on first down, bringing up second down and 7. So Seattle will remain in a first place tie in the NFC West as they're going to go to 6-2. Daniels on second down, pass caught. That's a first down for Washington up to the 49-yard line. John Bates with the reception. And here's Krosky Merritt getting a yard on first down up to midfield. Second down and 9 coming up. Second down and 9. Daniels takes the snap. Daniels throws right side to Krosky Merritt up to the 47-yard line. And a late flag. This is going to be 15 yards on the hit. Actually, they're going to get taunting, not Woolen, Rick Woolen, guilty of the 15-yard penalty for Seattle. Oh, it was the look over after the tackle is what did it. So that will move the football to the 32 of first down for Washington. Daniels in trouble. Daniels will throw it left side along the sideline, and that's going to be a catch. Treylon Burks with his first catch of the night for Washington. Moves the football into the red zone to the 17 of Seattle. Pass to Deebo Samuel. Samuel up to the 13-yard line. Gain of 4. Down under 10 minutes. Second and 6 at the 13. Krosky Merritt will be met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Third down. Daniels on 3rd and 6. Throws left side. Pass complete. First down, Washington to the 6. That's Jalen Lane with another reception. It'll be first and goal for Washington. First down, goal to go at the 6. Daniels and the handoff. And up to the 3-yard line. Gain of 3 brings up second and goal. That was Rodriguez getting the carry. Daniels will keep it himself and get brought down at the 4. Loss of 1 brings up 3rd and goal. And Daniels is down. This is not good for Washington. And he looks in some serious pain. This is not a good sign. Drake Thomas made the tackle. On Jaden Daniels. Daniels still down on the field for Washington. He's already missed some time this year. Got an injury timeout. Let's quickly run down the rest of the NFL scoreboard real quick. Jacksonville in overtime beats the Raiders 30-29. Jacksonville scored a touchdown with the extra point in overtime. Raiders scored a late touchdown in overtime. They went for 2, and it was unsuccessful, and Jacksonville improves to 5-3. Raiders fall to 2-6. Rams all over the Saints, 34-10. Rams improved to 6-2. Saints fell to 1-8. And the Bills beat the Chiefs again, at least in the regular season, 28-21. Bills improved to 6-2. Chiefs now 5-4. Then back on Thursday night, the Ravens beat the Dolphins 28-6. Ravens are 3-5. Dolphins are 2-7. Tomorrow night, 2-5 Arizona visits 3-4-1 Dallas. Both those teams really in must-win situations at this point. So Jaden Daniels injured on this play for Washington. Josh Johnson and Marcus Mariota are the other 2 quarterbacks on the Washington roster. Jaden Daniels is up, but they have brought the card out. Daniels is walking on his own power, although a little gimpy. It looks like he might be headed straight to the locker room. So not having to go on the cart, that's a good sign. Looks like it's his right shoulder that looks like just kind of just dangling there. So hope the best for Jaden Daniels. He's already missed some time this year. And now injured again here in a game that is out of reach in the 4th quarter. Training staff walking with Daniels back to the Washington locker room. Hate to see that. So 3rd and goal for Washington here at the 4. And a handoff and a touchdown for Washington. It's Marcus Mariota, the quarterback, into the game. Chris Rodriguez Jr. gets in the end zone for the Washington touchdown and their second touchdown of the night. 38-13 with the extra point pending, 7:14 to go. Matt Gay, the place kicker for Washington, on to add the extra point. And it is good. 38-14 with 7:14 to go. Drive for Washington, 11 plays, 65 yards, 5 minutes, 16 seconds. Chris Rodriguez, 4-yard touchdown run to get Washington in the end zone for the second time tonight. Cardinals and Cowboys tomorrow night to wrap up week 9 of the NFL season. And something I failed to mention in some NFL news today, we had a new record set in the NFL for longest field goal on record. Cam Little of Jacksonville, new NFL record, 68-yard field goal in that win for the Jaguars today over the Raiders. Broke the previous record of Justin Tucker, which was, 66? A few years back. Cam Little kicked, I believe, was it a 70-yarder in preseason? So that won't count, but I believe it was a 70-yarder he kicked in preseason. But now he sets a new NFL record, one that'll officially count, a 68-yard field goal. As Jacksonville, with that win, improved to 5-3. They picked up a game on the Colts in the AFC South today. The Colts were beaten in Pittsburgh today, 27-20. So the Colts falling to 7-2. Tied now with New England for the AFC's best record. New England and Denver both. Colts, Patriots, and Denver and the Broncos now in a 3-way tie for the best record in the AFC. With Buffalo just a half game back. And the Chargers just 1 game back. $7:14 to go in this one. It's been all Seahawks, 38-14. They jumped out in this game 28-0. And here's the kickoff. Taken on at the goal line, across the 10 to the 15, 20-yard line. 25 and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Cody White on the kick return for Seattle. And with just over 7 minutes to go, I would assume this would be a big dose of running for the Seahawks. And new quarterback into the game as well, as Sam Darnold tonight has done. Drew Lock coming in now, a quarterback in his 7th year out of Missouri. Toss on first down, and nothing doing there on first down for also a new running back into the game for Seattle, George Holani. He's returned a couple of kickoffs tonight. What a night for Sam Darnold. He's going to finish 21 of 24, 330 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. Did throw 1 interception. but just an absolute phenomenal night for Darnold. And the Seahawks are 6.5 minutes away from moving to 6-2, staying tied with the Rams for first in the NFC West. Carry her up to the 30-yard line. That's Holani again. Gain of a couple, bringing up 3rd down and 8. As we're under 6 minutes to play. Third down and 8 from the 30. Locke will hand it off, and this will be close to a first down for Seattle. For Holani, looks like he's going to be a yard short at the 37. So if you're Mike McDonald, you got 4th and 1, you're up 24 points. Why not just roll the dice and leave your offense out there? The game's in hand. But they are going to punt it away. Here's the punt. Fielded at the 5-yard line, across the 10, 15, and down at the 17-yard line. Kick return for Jalen Lane. And with 4:40 to go, it's going to be Marcus Mariota taking over the rest of the way in this one for Washington. Mariota in his 11th season. Hard to believe this is the 11th season in the league already for him. Out of Oregon. Be a first down Washington. From the 17. Mariota with a handoff on first down. This is going to go for 5 yards. Across the 20 to the 22. Krosky Merritt got the carry. Washington is going to drop to 3-6. They're going to fall 3.5 games behind the division-leading Eagles. A year after making the NFC Championship game, Washington's going to have to go on some kind of run here in the second half to get back to the playoffs. Handoff on second down. This is Krosky Merritt again, and he will pick up about 3. Couple yards shy of the first down. Will bring up 3rd down and 2. 2 straight division games for the Seahawks coming up. They host the Cardinals next week before traveling to the Rams. That's a rather very important game in 2 weeks. Third and a couple for Washington. And this will be a first down run. This is Rodriguez across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. First down for Washington. So we go under 3 minutes. Going to start giving some stats on this one when we reach the 2-minute warning, because right when this game ends, I'm going to sign off the live stream here pretty quick. Rodriguez gets the carry again across the 40 up to the 41-yard line. That should take us to the 2-minute warning. It will. 2 minutes remaining. It is all Seahawks tonight, 38-14. Seahawks are going to end the night with 418 yards of offense, 21 first downs. Washington's going to end up winning the time of possession battle. Seahawks 7 for 11 on third downs tonight. Sam Darnold, 21 of 24, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception tonight. His favorite receiver tonight was Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 catches, 129 yards. 4 catches for 48 for Torrey Horton, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, 24 yards for A.J. Barner. 2 catches, 29 yards, and a touchdown for Elijah Arroyo. 2 catches, 19 yards for Kenneth Walker. Following the 2-minute warning, here's a run for Rodriguez, and he will have a Washington first down. Finish these stats for Seattle. 1 catch for 60 yards and a touchdown for Cody White, and 1 reception for 21 yards for Zach Charbonnet. Running the football, Kenneth Walker, 11 carries, 42 yards. Zach Charbonnet, 8 carries, 25 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba carried it once for 11. George Holani carried it 3 times for 9 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba once for 11, and A.J. Barner once for 1 yard and a touchdown. Another give to Rodriguez as he will drive it into Seattle territory. As we're down to a minute and counting, so should have 1 more snap in this one. Jaden Daniels, before leaving with the injury, 16 of 22 passing the football, 153 yards, 1 interception. He also rushed 10 times for 51 yards and a touchdown. Chris Rodriguez Jr., 12 rushes, 65 yards. And the other Washington touchdown, 12 carries, 38 yards for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Rodriguez will pick up 2 more here, so he'll end up 13 carries, 67 yards. And that's it. The Seahawks come into Washington and roll tonight to a 38-14 victory. Seahawks go to 6-2. Washington falls to 3-6. Final stats, round down the final stats again real quick for Washington. Deebo Samuel, 5 catches, 41 yards. Zach Ertz, 4 catches, 46 yards. Jalen Lane, 3 catches, 29 yards. John Bates, 2 catches for 20 yards. 1 catch for 14 yards for Treylon Burks, and 1 catch for 3 yards for Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. And it is a Seahawks thumping tonight over Washington, 38-14. Again, sure hope the best for Jaden Daniels as he went out with the injury here in the fourth quarter. Looked like a shoulder injury. Hoping the best for him. It's going to wrap it up for me on the live stream tonight. Again, my name is John. My YouTube handle, Sportsmanenza John. If you do like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe. That would really help out a lot. Also tonight on Kick at Sports Kick, John. You can follow me there. Back on the live stream tomorrow night for the opening night of college basketball. Defending national champions Florida going up against Arizona out in Las Vegas. For college basketball tip-off tomorrow night. That game just slightly after 7 o'clock Eastern. I'll be on right around 7 o'clock Eastern time for the live stream of that one. Appreciate you joining me, and hopefully you can join me tomorrow night for some college basketball.